Now you know what Hitler wants as part of his foreign policy. There's a few tiny events that you need to know about so that you understand the future major events that lead up to the Second World War. See, these are the first steps that Hitler makes into enacting his foreign policy, the first kinds of dribbles of things that he does that encourage this kind of attitude that is, I'm going to say, warlike. I'm going to talk about 5 of them today. I just want you to think about these questions as we go. Which foreign policy points do they fill out? And also, what kinds of parts of the Treaty of Versailles might they break already? So the first one I'm going to talk about is this picture in the bottom left-hand corner. It's a part of the League of Nations, actually. See, Germany had rejoined the League of Nations, if you remember, with Gustav Stresemann. And the thing is, Germany was taking part in a League of Nations disarmament conference in 1931, I believe. See, it was a conference to try and reduce the amount of weapons that people were taking or having in their countries. That was the aim of the League of Nations, if you remember. And the thing is, Hitler vocally outstated that Germany needed its weapons and left the disarmament conference. Quit. Ditched. Didn't quit the League of Nations exactly, but just left the conference. And if you think about it, that insinuates that Hitler is willing to rearm rather than disarm. So, okay, that fills out as a rearmament kind of clause. What about the Dollfuss affair, top left? See, Engelbert Dollfuss, fantastic name, was the Chancellor of Austria. See, Engelbert Dollfuss was an anti-Nazi. He thought that Austria is its own country and that it deserves to run and operate itself. And therefore, what it should do is not let the Nazis get anywhere near it, who want to unify Germany and Austria in a thing called Anschluss. He banned the Nazi party in Austria. So, to Hitler, he is the main obstacle for Anschluss to happen. If he's there, Anschluss is not going to occur. So Hitler organised a sneaky trick. Hitler is in charge of a party of people. Loads of people work for him, including in other countries. So there's an Austrian version of the Nazi Party. So Hitler told this Austrian version Nazi Party to cause chaos in Austria, and possibly ordered the assassination of Dollfuss. These Austrian Nazi Party members went and burnt down buildings, kidnapped Dollfuss, and assassinated him. They killed him. And Hitler claimed he was not involved, that the Austrian Nazi Party were not involved. But the thing is, this was a benefit for Hitler, so he possibly could have been involved there. Which foreign policy point does that fill? As well as that, Hitler did begin rearming. Hitler started to create a secret air force under the control of Einhard Heydrich, I believe the name is. But there were more people joining the German military. A thing called conscription was brought back into face, which basically means that people were forced to join the military when you were in Germany. Which foreign policy point does that fulfill? And also, what treaty does that break? And how? If you know those, you get really specific answers talking about these points, so I urge you to look them up. Next one, though, is in the top right-hand corner, sorry. The Saar. See, if you remember, in 1919, the Saar was nominated to be a part of France, or it was taken as a part of France, for 15 years. Well, those 15 years are up. In 1934, the Saar was given what's called a plebiscite, a vote, to decide whether they wanted to remain a part of France or to rejoin Germany. The Saar and the people of the Saar voted overwhelmingly, over 90% of people voted to rejoin Germany. Hitler went crazy for this. He loved it, saying that the people of Germany want to stay in Germany, and he used it as a justification that those other pieces of country that were taken away from Germany also wanted to rejoin. So, for example, bits of Austria, the Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia, the Polish corridor, Alsace-Lorraine. Hitler could say they want to rejoin. They're just like the Saar. Again, what foreign policy points is Hitler gaining by the Saar joining Germany? And the last one, bottom middle picture, the Anglo-German Naval Agreement. I go into more detail in this in the lesson, but basically what you need to know is that Hitler was trying to forge alliances with other countries. He was trying to gain power. And in one of those countries he wanted to ally with early on was Britain. Britain and Germany actually had very similar foreign policy aims and objectives. They both are conservative, shall we say. And Hitler got in contact with the British and actually managed to form an agreement called the Anglo-German Naval Agreement. And what it was is that Hitler said, I need some water protection, I need some navy, I need some ships, but you've only allowed me 6 in the Treaty of Versailles. Could I have some more? Now, Britain wrote this agreement. Basically all it said is that the German Navy can be 1/3 of the size of the British Navy. It can never go above that, but it can get up to 1/3. Now, that sounds not that big. thing is, the British Navy is the biggest in the world. And to get 1/3 of the biggest in the world means that your navy goes from 6 battleships total to more than some other countries' navies. So Germany had a very big rearmament policy there. But those are some 5 things that you should know about going forwards. That's what Hitler's done already. We're going to look next at what Hitler does later. But if you can tell me why he left the disarmament conference, what the Dollfuss affair was, how he rearmed, the Saar plebiscite, and the Anglo-German naval agreement, if you know what those things are and you can tell me out loud what you think they are, and you can read the textbook as well, you'd be sorted for this section. All right, good luck. See you later.